High-rise apartments and condominiums offer some unique opportunities for burglars. The unlocked balcony door gave this thief an opportunity. Here's how it happened. He doesn't want to get caught, so he looks for an easy target. That's why he notices an apartment that's always dark, or one that has the same light on all the time. And he'll notice the mailbox that has a week's worth of mail in it. These things invite a burglar's attention.
I'll get that for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a nice day.
Burglary is a crime of opportunity. Without realizing it, the occupants of this building have given a burglar the chance to steal. They have forgotten that the common areas of the building are as much their home as their apartment unit. In many apartment buildings, people don't bother to know their neighbors. They don't know who belongs and who doesn't. Criminals depend on this to reduce the risk of being noticed. Burglaries represent a threat to property and to personal safety. This is just one example of how high-rise occupants can allow criminals to strike. It doesn't have to happen. There are things you can do to prevent it. Neither the police, the superintendent, nor building management can prevent all criminal activities in your building unless you help them. There are three things that anyone can do to improve building security. First, create the impression that someone is home. A burglar is more likely to target an empty unit rather than one where he'll risk an encounter. Second, make entry difficult. Burglars don't like a challenge. The more time and effort required to break in, the more likely he will look for an easier target. Third, increase the risk of detection. Burglars don't want to get caught. Security extends beyond your own unit. By preventing unauthorized persons from entering the building, you are protecting both your property and your personal safety. If you suspect an intruder is trying to get into the garage, wait for the door to close behind you. Burglars don't like to be seen entering a building. It increases their risk of being caught. And if you do see a suspicious person, don't remain in the garage. Notify the superintendent and the police immediately. Also tell the superintendent or the property manager of problems with doors and lights. Broken doors and poor lighting give prowlers the opportunity to enter and work undetected. Some buildings have effective security systems in place, while others are not so well equipped. Whether you are a tenant or a condominium owner, work together through available channels to improve security and safety. After all, your building is your home, and you have a responsibility to protect it.
I'll get that.
Thank you.
Oh, I forgot my key. Do you mind?
I'm sorry, but I don't know you. You'll have to call the superintendent.
Sure.
It is important that everyone be security conscious. That includes simple actions like asking who is there before releasing the door. Even if you are expecting someone, you never know who you might let in. Let's say that you do your bit to keep unauthorized people out of your building. But what if your neighbors aren't as careful? Well, what about your own apartment? You can start by learning more about security for high-rises. For information, contact local police, reliable locksmiths, and security companies. Make your apartment a less attractive target. One good deterrent is to mark your property and notify a would-be burglar that you've done so. Burglars don't want to handle marked property. It is hard to sell and provides evidence of their crime, and marked property stands a better chance of recovery because the police can identify the owner. Contact police to learn more about operation identification and to borrow an engraver. If an item cannot be engraved, photograph or videotape it, and always keep a record of what you have identified. Records will help identify and recover stolen property, and can also be useful when determining proper insurance coverage and settling claims. Lights give an apartment that lived-in look, but if left on continuously, they are as conspicuous as constant darkness. Use timers to create a logical pattern of lighting. It makes sense to lock up when you leave your apartment, even if your balcony is 10 flights up, or you're just going to empty the garbage. And use a lock that will secure sliding doors in their tracks. A bracing bar is not enough. Alarm systems are also available for apartments. If you install one, tell your neighbors. This awareness will improve their response to call the police.
Alarm system is on level 3.
And a monitored alarm will automatically communicate a break-in to the police. Your door should have a deadbolt lock. Unlike other locks, deadbolts are designed to withstand considerable force and tampering. A door without a deadbolt lock is like a door with no lock.
Hi. Oh, hi, Pete. How you doing tonight? Good. Listen, I've come to invite you to a neighborhood watch meeting.
The crime.
You can make a difference in the security of your building.
What's this all about?
By working with your neighbors and the building management, you can improve overall security and reduce crime.
But I don't really.
After all, you'll not only protect your property, but also your personal safety.
We have security here.
You have a right to be safe in your home.
We had break-ins in the underground parking.
Groups like Neighborhood Watch offer assistance to organize an apartment watch, especially for high-rises.
No. There's a lot of things we can do. You can use to tighten up.
Yeah, I saw a wedge there in the front door the other day. That's no good, is it?
No, what did you do when you saw the wedge?
I kicked it out actually, but then I felt a bit rude because then somebody else came along who didn't have their key. But that's what we have to do, right?
Oh, we have to. We have to.
No problem.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Pete.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Do you know who lives in your building and who doesn't? Would you recognize suspicious activity if you saw it? And if you did see something, would you report it? Too often, we don't act because we don't want to get involved. Or we assume that someone else will call the police. But by not doing anything, we make it easy for criminals. By being aware and taking action, you can prevent burglaries. And the apartment you protect just might be your own.
Hi, Peter. Morning, Alan. Listen, I'm sorry to bother you. This is a stranger. He's going from door to door trying all the knobs.
Where'd you see him?
Up on my floor just a moment ago.
Oh, I'll call the police. Come on in.
Police emergency.
Hello. We've got a guy wandering around the building here. Seems like he's trying to break into one of the apartments.
What's your name, sir?
Al
As
Nicholas.
people become more aware of security, criminals will get the message that your building is not an easy target. All it takes is some common sense and awareness.
Prowler reported at the corner of Heightsford and Atlantic.
Remember, create the appearance of an occupied apartment. Make entry difficult.
Oh, I forgot my key. Do you mind?
I'm sorry, but I don't know you. You'll have to call the superintendent.
Sure.
And increase the risk of detection. That includes keeping your eyes open to suspicious activities.
And he was wearing a brown leather jacket.
And he was wearing a brown leather jacket.
White male, about 20 years old and wearing a brown leather jacket. Police vehicles are on their way.
Okay, they're on their way.